potato. Hot potato. Lovely fresh fish. Like a lovely bit of fresh fish. All nice and fresh. You'll love it.
Yeah, Governor, lovely fish, lovely mackerel. Caught fresh this morning. Lovely fish, all fresh, fresh mackerel.
Up so high, all the little children, they are born to die, except our Mary Campbell. She can dance, she can sing, she can wear a wedding ring. Wallflower, climbing up so high, all the little children, they are born to die, except our Mary Campbell. She can.
Yes? Yes, can I help you?
Mrs. Allen, Mrs. Richard Allen?
Yes, that's right.
I represent a firm of solicitors, madam. The firm of Blunden, Claverton and,
I suppose it's about the rent.
Oh, no, indeed no, madam. I'm no debt collector. I am a partner in the firm of Blunden, Claverton and... what on earth is that young man's name? Well, no matter now. The important thing is that the news I bring will, I am sure, prove entirely welcome to you. At least I trust it will prove entirely welcome to you, Mrs. Allen.
Well, you'd better come in then, out of the cold.
Oh, thank you.
Stand up, children. We have a visitor.
Do continue, my dears. It is I who must apologize for disturbing your meal.
Do sit down. Perhaps you'd like a cup of tea?
Well, the chair I accept with gratitude, madam, but the tea, I'm afraid, I must decline. But I'll come straight to the purpose of my visit. Mrs. Allen, I trust you'll not be offended, but I'm in a position to offer you a job, or rather a reasonable salaried occupation.
Well, why should I be offended?
My firm is seeking a reliable person to act as a caretaker to a property which is in our charge. And so far, we haven't been, well, we've had some difficulty in finding anyone willing to take the post.
Oh, difficulty? Why difficulty?
It's the remoteness. You understand? It's a fine house, pleasantly situated, but it stands alone some way from the nearest village. A little woman comes up to do what cleaning is necessary. There's a rent-free caretaker's cottage attached to the house, and your duties will be very light. For the children's sake. What do you say?
It is awful, isn't it? But it's the best that I could find. So little money, so many debts. A widow's pension is all that I have.
Well?
Shh. Excuse me, he's had a cold. I think he must have earache. I'll get some warm oil. Shh. Don't cry. Shh, shh, shh.
Shall I help, Mother?
No, it's all right, thank you, dear. Just look after our guest.
like a cup of tea?
No, thank you. Lucy? But now that we're alone, I wonder if I might ask you both a question. I hesitate because it's rather an unusual question, and I want you to consider it seriously.
Of course, sir. You far away.
Less far away.
Do you think you'd be afraid if you saw a ghost?
I think, quite honestly, sir, I'd be a little bit scared.
I think it would depend on what sort of ghost it was, sir. I mean, well, if it was just wandering around in a white sheet moaning a bit, well, it would be all right, wouldn't it? But if it was one of these skeletons with no head and a nasty grin, well, that's different, isn't it?
Can't grin if you've got no head, stupid.
Exactly. Anyway, I have very good reason to believe there are no such visions. No, these ghosts would appear to you, well, very much like ordinary people. Children, perhaps. Children of your own age. Or even an old man. Such as myself.
We wouldn't be afraid of a ghost like that, would we, Lucy? I mean, well, you wouldn't know they were ghosts, would you? Unless, of course, you could see through them. I mean, right through them. And even that wouldn't be very scary, if their heads were in the right place.
Sometimes ghosts are people who come back seeking help.
We would help if we could. Wouldn't we, Jamie?
I believe you understand, little lady. Children do sometimes. But as they grow older, they lose their power to believe in the unlikely. When you come to the house, you'll hear all sorts of strange tales from the people in the village. They'll tell you it's haunted. But you mustn't be afraid, because when the time comes, you'll know what to do.
We shan't be afraid.
We'll do what we can.
Thank you, Lucy. James, thank you. Well, I must not stay. I've been here too long.
Oh, shall I fetch Mother?
No time. But ask her to call at my chambers tomorrow.
Well, the chambers. Where is it?
What a sensible lad.
Will it be there? I mean, do you know, is this right? Will it be there? This address, it looks a bit old.
It will be there.
Happy Christmas!
What? Oh, yes, a happy Christmas. Tomorrow, then, tell them I sent you. Claverton will be there, or young, what is his musty name? James! Lucy! We three kings of Orient are, my dears. A very happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas!
Who was he, anyway?
He didn't say, did he?
Yes, madam. Can I be of service?
I've come about the job. A caretaker, I was told.
You've come about a job?
I understand you're looking for a caretaker for a rather remote country house.
The job has not yet been advertised, madam. How did you come to hear about it?
An old gentleman came to see me. Jamie, do you have the card? I expect it was Mr. Blunden, that being the first name on the card. He informed me of the vacancy and advised me to call on you.
I see. You must forgive me, madam. Mr. Blunden has not been at the office recently, and I did not realize he had taken a hand in the matter. If you let me, please let me have your name. I will inform Mr. Claverton that you are here.
Yes. Oh, Allen, Mrs. Allen, and my children, Mrs. Lucy.
Lucy.
James. Oh, and this is Benjamin.
Thank you, Mrs. Allen. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, that's odd. That's very odd.
Very odd indeed.
Please, Mrs. Allen, Mr. Claverton will see you now.
Thank you. Good morning.
You may sit down, if you wish.
Jamie, look. It's Mr. Blunden.
So it is.
You are looking at Mr. Blunden's portrait?
Yes, he's the one who came to see us.
I'm afraid I've caught you out there, Sonny Jim. The portrait is, in fact, of Mr. Blunden's great-grandfather, who died about 100 years ago, and I doubt if our Mr. Blunden came to see you. He's bedridden. Should be in a home. He should.
Oh, dear lady, I must say how delighted I am to have a responsible person like yourself in charge. I shall write and confirm our arrangements. Yeah, Arnold? And I feel quite certain that you'll have no trouble from that little matter we talked about. A mere country superstition, nothing more.
Are you Smith?
I beg your pardon?
Are you Smith? You know, on the card. Blunden, Claverton and Smith.
No, Sonny Jim. I am Mr. Clatterbuck.
You should be glad.
Why?
No one could forget a name like that.
It is a silly name.
I'm sorry, sir.
Cheerio then, Herbert. Cheerio, Dick. Any more want to get off, then?
Just us now, Herbert. The big house, please. Langley Park.
Langley Park?
Langley Park, Herbert.
Yes, Mr. Clutterbuck. Don't ask me to help with the bags like the times before, will you? Ghoulies and ghosties and long-leggedy beasties that place has got. Don't ask me to help, Mr. Clutterbuck.
Proceed, Herbert. Mere country superstition. Proceed!
Benji and darling Daddy. Amen. And don't let there be any ghosts.
Oh, shut up, Luce.
Poor books. How sad.
What? Only kiddies. You're a ghost. Are you?
Lovely dear. Me? No. Tucker's the name. Elsie Tucker. I do the place as best I can. Soon as I think I've cleaned, it's time to start again. It's all go, miss, all go.
What kiddies were you talking about, Mrs. Tucker?
Nothing to be afraid of, dear. Them's only kiddies.
But who are?
Who are?
Who are what?
Only kiddies.
I suppose it just means it's only the village children who say the house is haunted.
Well, it probably is. Children know a lot more than grown-ups about such things. Good night, Lucy.
Good night. Just a lot of rumours, I expect, Jamie. But I did hear voices, honestly I did.
My dear girl, all big houses have voices. If they're alone for a long while, everyone knows that.
Just trying to be clever. Good night, James. James! James! Come here! Look, just... James,
Come on, Henry, you look awful loose. What's the matter?
Well, I think I've seen... What is... Oh, James, you know!
Ghosts?
James... 2!
2? Blimey, Henry.
There, my lord. Jamie.
Lucy.
At last! We have found someone with a little good sense.
I beg your pardon?
You didn't run away screaming. You didn't run away.
Well, I did. First I did. Well, I'm sorry, but in the mist I thought you were, well, ghosts.
They do say the house is haunted, you know.
Yes, we did know. I suppose if we say that we are ghosts, you will run away.
Mr. Blunden said children of our own age. You are ghosts. You really are.
But if you are ghosts, then you must be dead.
Of course we're not dead. You do say some stupid things, don't you? We're no more dead than you are. You can be a ghost, but you don't have to be dead.
He's really too young to understand. Georgie, I do believe we have found help.
Tell us. Tell us how we can help. I mean, who are you?
Yes, tell us from the very beginning.
Start with Once Upon a Time. All the best stories start with that.
James.
All right. Once upon a time, we lived very happily here. But in the spring of the year 1818, our mother and father were tragically killed when their carriage overturned coming back from London one night.
I am the resurrection and the life, and he that believeth in me, though he be dead, yet shall he live.
Uncle Bertie, who was our father's half-brother, became our guardian, and Mr. Blunden, the family solicitor, became our other guardian.
Do stop snivelling in front of the servants. It'll do no good.
Big pig. Cry, boy. Cry.
After the funeral, Uncle Bertie lived in London. He took an unusual interest in the ballet and fell in love with a ballerina. Her name is Arabella, and she's very pretty. Uncle Bertie thinks so too, but in her mind, she's only a child. He often returned home to Langley Park to supplement his income from a private source. And so Arabella and Uncle Bertie were engaged. That evening, they went to ask Bella's parents for their consent to marry. Mr. and Mrs. Wickens were the proprietors of a select hotel.
Mama, this is Bertie, what I told you about. We're engaged, look.
Wickens! Come and meet this here toff. It's our little Bella's intended. Wickens!
Watch this, Arthur.
Uncle Bertie and Bella were married.
Now, where's she going for her honeymoon? Like she says, Paris, Rome. I mean, even if it's only the Isle of Wight, for God's sake, put her out of her misery.
It may well be the Isle of Wight, dear mother-in-law.
The Isle of Wight? God's truth!
Steady, dearest.
It's the Isle of Wight. Oh,
The truth is that financially I am hopelessly embarrassed. Hopelessly. I haven't said so, as I had no wish to spoil our wedding day.
Well, you're having a darn good try, Albert. You mean you're short of the ready, is that it? Well, blow me. One empty bottle of gin you are. Who's got it all, then? Who's got it?
Master Georgie is the only member of the family with money. £30,000, to be exact, left to him by his father William. Would have been mine, of course, but being only a half-brother, Georgie gets it.
30,000 nicker.
Left to him in trust, mother-in-law, until he's 21. It can't be touched. It's Georgie's and his alone. Unless he dies, of course, but heaven forbid the thought.
But he's only 10. He's got years to go. My Bella will have gone to seed in 11 years. I'm not going to have her living in this dirty great mansion in poverty, slowly going to seed.
Dear mother-in-law, I will find a way, I assure you. My Bella will not suffer, I promise.
Oh, she will not. You are quite correct there, Albert. My little Rose, my nightingale. That George has got a lot to answer for, being only 10 and all that money going to waste. He's got a lot to answer for.
I shall commence my economies by sacking as many of the surplus staff in this house as I can. We shall have our honeymoon, my dearest Bella.
Oh, make it soon, Bertie, dearest. Make it soon.
Did it. There, now you. Most of the staff were sacked, and Mrs. Wickens took over the housekeeping.
And good riddance to the lot of you! Sarah? Georgie? Are you trying to get me any hot with your uncle, are you? Get in here before you catch your death of cold. Well, don't dawdle, run! Yes, Mrs. Wickens.
Yes, Mrs. Wickens.
Now, you take them scraps at the children and make sure they're in bed.
Yes, Mrs. Wickens. Shall I leave the windows open like you said? Only it is very cold tonight.
Leave 'em open. It's good for 'em. Too much comfort's bad for children. Too many blankets is bad for 'em. You make sure they haven't put no extra blankets on. It's bad for 'em.
Yes.
Yes, Mrs. Wickens.
Yes, Mrs. Wickens.
You skinny slut. Now, my love.
How's that consomme coming along?
There, Miss Sarah, that'll keep you warm. It's a power of warming newspapers.
Quick, Tom, it's making.
Right then. Good night, miss. Night, Master Georgie.
Good night, Tom.
That's a wonder you've been in bed. Here's your supper. Good night. And leave that window open. Mrs. Wickens' orders.
Good night, then.
Good night, Tom. For a long time we endured hard beds, scraps, and bread and water. We did not truly think ourselves in danger. Then, one night...
Time's a wasting away. It's taking too long, Mr. Wickens. You're getting fatter, not thinner. Fatter, Wickens. Can you hear me, you ugly lump? Because I'm a-talking to you. Wickens, can you hear me? Good. Because I'm talking to you. You didn't get no combs. Why? Why? There was a bloomin' hurricane blowing through here the other night. They should be wasting away with a cold in their bones. Aren't you interested in cash, you great lump? Cash? £30,000 if he snuffs it. But it'll be all our darling little Bella's. If that Georgie snuffs it. Her as well. That stuck-up Sarah. Her as well.
They mean us, Georgie.
Snuff it, Sarah. Does it mean to kill us, Sarah?
An accident must befall them. Can't wait forever. An accident. A quick accident, my love. And you are going to help me. How are you listening?
Uncle Bertie, we must tell him at once. Come on.
Oh, you are a naughty boy.
And now the muse of love, my little sausage. A foot forward. Lovely, my Bella, lovely. One more turn, my little sausage. Lovely, my little precious butter.
Uncle Bertie, oh please, Uncle Bertie.
Get out of here. What do you think you're doing?
Uncle Bertie.
Get out of here, both of you. You should be in bed wandering about at this time of night. Are we to have no privacy?
But we're to be murdered.
You certainly are by me, unless you go at once. Shall I take a strap to you?
But we are. Oh, please listen. Mrs. Wickens says that we are too fat, that we should be cold, and that an accident should snuff us.
Bed, Sarah.
It's true, it's true.
It is.
Bed, both of you. Not in the mood for drama tonight. Your Auntie Bella's been entertaining me with classical moments from history, and you bring me low drama. Be off with you once. Bella, send them out, my love.
Yes, Bertie, my love.
How dare you talk like that about my ma and pa? Bed.
Please, Uncle.
For the last time, Sarah. Murders indeed. Imaginations. Overactive imaginations. Say your prayers. and ask God to forgive you.
Now, come, my Bella.
Yes. Perhaps we did imagine. We didn't, Georgie. I'm very much afraid we didn't.
Now, listen. Langley Park.
Buckinghamshire.
Yes, I've put that. Box. April the 16th, 1818. Dear Mr. Blunden, you are our only chance. The Wiccans are bent on destroying us. Please, please help. Uncle Bertie won't listen. He says it's all imagination, but it's not. We shall run away if you don't help. The danger is very great for us. Yours, Sarah.
And me.
Come along. Stupid and childish complaints.
About your harsh treatment? And threaten to run away. They must not run away, Mrs. Wickens. Lock them up.
Ah, beautiful job. Beautifully done. Right, Wickens.
What does it mean, Georgie? What on earth is it?
Come on.
Come on, where?
The library, of course, silly. Soppy Meekin didn't lock the door. Come on.
Where, Georgie? I mean, what are we looking for?
Don't ask me. Just look, as it said. Why is the library changed, Sarah? Has it been magic, Sarah?
Shh, Georgie. Shh.
to move the wheel of time.
A charm.
Please, Georgie. The library's pleased.
Bring and brew the following herbs together. Balm, hyssop, mudwort, musk, toadflax.
Toadflax?
Yes. Bergamot, red william, pennywurzel, sprifford, and drink the liquid. It will separate your minds completely from the time you are in. Do you understand that, Georgie?
A bit.
Perhaps this is our chance, Georgie. Look, to make the mind still. To escape from time. There, Georgie, to escape. Someone is trying to tell us how to escape. Not to another place, but to another time. Oh, Georgie.
It might be poisonous, Georgie.
I've thought of that. I'll put it in Mrs. Wickens' gin to see if she'll die or not.
Suppose she does die.
Good if she does.
But that'll be murder.
I'm not giving it her because I think it is poison. I'm only making sure it isn't. Why are you pulling a funny face? It's either Mrs. Wickens or her cat, and the cat never did anyone any harm.
Breakfast, you brats! Oh!
Sarah. Yes, it wasn't poison.
Go with you? You mean back to your time? Well, how can we?
I'll help you find the herbs. You can brew the potion as we did. After that, it depends upon whether your will is great enough to help.
Well, it is. You don't think we'll just stand around and let that awful old woman do you in?
Snuff us?
Snuff you?
Sarah.
We'll help you, Sarah.
Sarah, I don't feel well. Sarah.
Don't be afraid, darling. When you get back, I shall be there.
Sarah. Sarah.
It's because he's so young. He often returns before me. It's all right. We always arrive back together. We must hurry. Georgie is a warning to us that I may soon follow him.
No,
Please don't forget, put 5 leaves of each into a bowl and pour on hot water. Keep it warm for an hour and strain it off through a muslin cloth. Bring the potion and meet me here at sunset tomorrow. Promise you'll not fail us, Jamie. Promise. Promise. Please promise.
I promise!
I promise, Sarah.
Let us resolve that in us today shall die all the uncharitable thoughts, the corrosive indifference, the acts of selfishness, the impurity of thought that comes between us and the love of God. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen. Shall we sing hymn number 292?
Would you mind if Lucy and I left?
No point in asking why?
No.
All right, not too late, babe. Lunch at 12:30. Clear before us through the darkness gleams and burns the guiding light.
Lucy, I've just had a brilliant idea.
What?
All we have to do is hunt in the churchyard.
Why?
Well, Lucy, sometimes you really are dim. If none of the gravestones have Sarah and George's names on, then we shall know they didn't die. Don't you see? We shall know in advance that we've saved them.
Oh, I see. We can go off into the past, knowing everything will be all right.
Yes, I told you it was a brilliant idea.
Shh! Quiet, you children.
I don't like it, Jamie. Not one bit. It's just not nice. I'm not going to look.
Don't then. William? No. Sarah, Catherine, Latimer, John. Lucy! Lucy, come here!
Sarah, Catherine Latimer, George Richard Latimer, died April the 21st, 1818.
That's tomorrow, Lucy. Tomorrow. Only 100 years ago.
That's right. It were 100 years ago. Poor little things that were a real tragedy.
Do you know who they were then?
I reckon I could tell you about every blessed grave in this churchyard. You see, I've been sexing here nigh on 40 years now.
Please, who were they?
It was a terrible thing. A fire it were while they were abed. A furnace of a fire. Started in the library, they say. The books burned like tinder. And nobody could get to them because of the heat, you see, poor little mites. Down in the corner, over by here. But come along here with me and I'll show you where this place is. Down here. Come on down here. There, you see. No headstone. Some say it was a gardener's son tried to save them. A little lad he were. Don't know his name. My grandfather told me you were either a little nipper about your age. About this little lad, he climbed the drain pipe to the bedroom window. But somehow the pipe gave way, and he come plunging down. He was killed. And then there was the guardian, an old gentleman, lawyer or something he were. Well, he was at the house that night, and he was on his way back to London when his carriage broke down. And when he seen the flames in the distance, he come riding back. And when he seen that they were dead, he took on cruel, real cruel. Too late, too late, too late, he kept saying. And then he starts a-crying. Some say he died of grief. Others says he was never quite right in his head again. Yes, some claim to have seen his ghost wandering about the old house, Langley Park there, as well as the ghost of the 2 children in the garden.
Have people... Well, I mean... Have people really seen them?
Indeed they have. For the last 100 years they have. It's haunted. You don't want to go anywhere near there, my dears. It's haunted, all right. Don't you go anywhere near there.
We've got to.
Got to? Why?
We live there.
Yeah, I was only joshing. I made it all up, I did. There's no such thing as ghosts.
That depends entirely on your point of view.
Well, there is ghosts, you see, because I've seen them. Now.
Make sure the top's on tight, Lucy. We don't want to go through making it all again.
We haven't got time anyway. We're late as it is. Come on.
Sarah!
Sarah! I thought you changed your minds.
Where's Georgie?
He had a slight disagreement with Mrs. Wickens. She's locked him in the cellar. Tom is guarding him for me while I'm away. We can't be long, as I only drank a little of the potion.
Sarah, before anything else, we must tell you that...
James? Tell me, James. Whatever it is, tell me.
Well, it was in the graveyard. On the tombstone, we found your name and George's. The sexton said it was a fire.
It's true. It was a fire.
Oh, Sarah.
I know about the grave. I've never told Georgie. But I know.
But the date, Sarah, it was 100 years ago tomorrow.
That's true. Blunden. Remember? Camden Town.
Oh, hello.
Oh, yes.
We haven't much time, my dears.
Excuse me, sir. But are you dead too?
Pardon me, James, my boy. Part, I'm dead. I am the dead part of Blunden. The other part of me was the Blunden who wouldn't listen to the pleas of Sarah and Georgie. The Blunden who failed them. I have suffered for 100 years, tormented by my own conscience. Seems more like 1,000 years. But now I've been given the chance to put right the wrong, the terrible wrong I have done, and to bring my punishment to an end. But first, I have to find someone to trust me. To trust me once again, to trust me even with his life. And lastly, I must go back to undo the harm I've caused.
Mr. Blunden, sir, I'm the one who has to trust you, aren't I? I mean, that's why you brought us here to Langley Park. Why you came to Camden Town.
Yes. It's not an easy thing, I know, James. But all will be revealed, my dears.
Tell me what to do.
That is not yet clear, my boy. But whatever it may be, nothing shall harm you. I promise that I shall guard you from all dangers, however they may come. I know I'm not worthy, but it's our only hope. Sarah's, George's, and mine.
Thank you. Lucy, you must trust him too.
I'll try. I really will.
It's time to go.
Go on. Jamie, go on. And a bit more.
Jamie. Jamie.
Lucy, it's working. It's working.
It's time to go.
Whatever it may be, nothing shall harm you.
There's Georgie. The sexton said it was a fire.
Promise you'll not fail us. Jamie. Promise.
Go with you. Back to your time.
I see by the way you're dressed. I see by the way you're dressed. I see by the way you dress it, you don't come from hereabouts. I suppose you wouldn't have come from the New World, would you?
New World?
Hey, America, the New World.
Yes, I suppose you could say we have come from the New World.
They say it's a wonderful place.
Yes, it is.
Of course, 'tis a terrible long journey. But 'tis when I plan to make myself one of these days when I'm older, like. Oh, Miss Sarah's been teaching me to read and write. I mean to go there and try my fortune. They say there's a fine future in America for a young man as can read and write and ain't afraid of a bit of hard work.
Yes, Tom, yes. Now, how's my brother?
Oh, yes, he's safe, but he's growing hungry, he told me.
Sarah! 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 Where are you, you hussy? Kissing and cuddling with that garden boy, no doubt. I know your game.
Oh, let me stay on, Fraser, please. I'm not afraid of her. Oh, you know I'd die for you, Miss Sarah.
Yes, Tom, I know. Now go quickly, for my sake, please.
All right.
Shall we go with him? We don't want him to know we're here. No, stay in the shadows.
Sarah! Sarah! So there you are. And all alone, I see. Who was here with you a moment ago? One of them vulgar servants, I'll be bound. Not only have you got no sense, miss, you've got no taste neither.
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Wickens. I only came out to speak a word to poor Georgie in the cellar.
You came out to speak to him in the cellar? Where is the cellar, miss? Where is it?
It's under the kitchen, Mrs. Wickens.
Oh, it's under the kitchen, Mrs. Wickens.
And what you doing in the stable? The cellar ain't under the stable now, is it?
No, Mrs. Wickens.
No, Mrs. Wickens.
I was going to talk to him through the grating.
Oh, was you? Well, it'll be boarded up in the morning.
Oh, please let him out, Mrs. Wickens. He's only a little boy. It's so dark in there for him.
Don't talk to me about that brat. After what he said to me, he'll be lucky to be out before Christmas next year.
But please,
shut up!
God help us! The arm's gone mad! Back!
What's that? Who did that?
It was me, and I'll do it again if you touch Sarah.
You got persons aiding and abetting you, have you?
I tell you, it was me.
James.
Knock off that red biddy. Last month it was Chinamen coming out the bottle, and now it's invisible beings trying to grab my body.
Are we ghosts? Did it work?
Yes.
But Tom could see us. Why can't she?
Too old, too insensitive.
Who is? Who's too bloomin' old? Schoolroom, miss? Come on, don't you dog worry.
But Georgie!
He stays where he is.
James. What? She didn't see us. Mrs. Wickens didn't see us. We're ghosts. We really are.
Bloomin' Henry.
Please let go, Mrs. Wickens. You're hurting.
I'll hurt you if I have my way. Children today have it far too good. Meekin! Take Miss Sarah up to her bedroom and lock her in.
Yes.
Yes, Mrs. Wickens.
Yes, Mrs. Wickens. Mama. See my new pink silk.
Oh, Bella, you look a picture. Do us a turn round, my thrush, my linnet, and let your old ma see you. Oh, Bella, you look a picture. Just you wait till that Bertie casts his eyes on you, he'd go all of an heap.
Ain't it pretty, Sarah Sue? Ain't it pretty, Sarah Sue? Would it look the same on you? Ain't it pretty?
Very pretty, Bella. Yes, it is.
Thank you.
I think she looks like a stuffed pink pig.
Bella, blimey, she's having one of her turns.
She can't see us, can she? She's only got the mind of a child. I think perhaps she can.
I can see right through 'em.
Hush now, Bella, there ain't nobody there. Here, me smell your breath. You haven't been in my gin, have you?
There.
Hear me, Bella. I shall haunt you until you release little Georgie from the cellar.
Let Georgie out of the cellar, Ma.
And then perhaps they'll leave me alone.
Who'll leave you alone, love? There's nobody there.
There is, Ma.
Let Georgie go.
Don't overdo it.
What on earth is going on? What is occurring? I heard screaming.
Oh, Bertie. How was that scary? Tell Ma to let him out of the cellar, or they'll be after me again.
Let who out? Who is after you? What on earth is going on here? Mrs. Wickens?
Master Georgie was very rude, sir. Bertie, dear, very rude. I put him in the cellar to cool his blood off, sir. Bertie, dear.
Release him at once. I will not have Bella distressed. Meekin, fetch some smelling salts.
Yes, sir.
Why are you waiting?
Son-in-law, my dear, how can I leave my baby like this?
My wife, mother-in-law, is perfectly all right with me. I demand that you do as I say.
Oh, if you shout, I'll have a heart attack. I will. I'll have heart failure. Oh, Lord. Oh, I think I'm having it. I'm off. Oh.
You are off, Mrs. Wickens. Get up. Your performance this evening is not convincing. Get up, I say, and release Georgie instantly. Go with her, Sorrow. Now, my little sausage, who is after you?
We are.
Oh, my God. Mama, 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 Mama.
Mama, Mama, Mama. Mama, 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 Mama.
What is all that noise downstairs?
They're having dinner.
Why don't we eavesdrop? We might find out what they're up to.
Georgie, if you're going to come with us, you'll have to be quiet. Promise? Promise. Good.
And the vicar tripped up over his circle.
They're finishing. There's Mr. Blunden. It's all falling into shape. Time's running out. Can't bear to think of it.
You have to go. Your little nightingale will be so sad without you.
Oh, well, it'll only be for a day or two, my pet, and Mr. Blunden thinks it advisable that I go with him to London.
I'm sorry, Mistress Arabella.
Mr. Blunden doesn't know how sorry he's going to be.
Now, don't cry, my little...
Now, Georgie, we shall be too late.
It will decide, and it'll save a great deal of time. And I must get some money, my sausage, or there'll be no more silk dresses for you.
Mr. Blunden, oh, sir, you must
you
listen
think
to us.
you're doing?
Uncle Bertie won't heed us.
He doesn't care if we snuff it.
Listen to her.
How dare you? You are two mischievous children. Your uncle is a very kind and considerate guardian, and you should be more careful.
But it's Mrs. Wickens. She means to harm us, Mr. Blunden. She does. I know she does. Don't leave us here alone with her.
Please listen to her.
Bertie, dear, surely they cannot mean to accuse dear Mamma.
No, of course not, my dearest. Your mother is a splendid woman, kind and considerate at all times. Quite unique.
Your mother is a drunken old witch, Bella.
I can't bear it, Jamie. I just can't bear it.
How dare you talk to me like that? Now, Bella, my sweetheart,
I'll go. If Mr. Blunden sees me, he might remember what's going to happen.
It hasn't happened, so how can he remember it?
He must remember something. He brought us here. There are two of you. Two Mr. Blundens.
Yes, James, my boy, there are two of us. Though we're both the same man, but he wouldn't know. It was I who brought you here.
But if I told him...
He wouldn't see or hear you. He's a shallow, insensitive man.
It's very difficult, Mr. Blunden. We came to help you, but there's so little we can do.
It's not yet the time. Everything must go on as before. For a while, anyway, just as before. Now, you must just wait and be patient. Wait and be patient. Wait and be patient.
return as soon as I've raised enough money to keep us happy. Well, it's all occurring, my dearest sausage. Shall we go, Blunden? Au revoir, my daughter of a unique mother.
Quick, we'd better get out of sight.
Can't see us.
Bella can.
I'm a naughty girl, and you're a naughty boy. And you're a naughty boy. Takes a naughty girl.
Now I'm doing this secretly out of the kindness of my heart. Hurry up and drink it or Ma'll catch me.
That's very kind of you, Bella.
Not at all.
Get the key. No, if we take it now, she'll tell her mother it's missing. We'll have to get it without anyone noticing. Follow her when she comes out and see what she does with it.
Good night.
I'm a naughty girl, and you're a naughty boy. Takes a naughty girl to make a naughty boy. Their boys are just the same. Put them together and they make a naughty day.
Did they drink it all?
Yes, Ma.
Didn't say as I said it, did you?
Oh, that hurts, Ma. Yes, I told him like you said.
Which was?
I was doing it out of the kindness of my heart, and that I wanted them to get a good night's sleep.
Oh, they'll sleep all right. There's my good little girl. Don't want 'em to think as I'm getting soft, now do I? I want you to take this tray to the kitchen and wash them mugs very hard. Very hard. Don't want no sediment. Wash 'em in boiling water.
Yes, Ma.
Do something quick. I'll get into a room. We've got to get that key. Come on.
Mr. Wiggins. Bundles of wood. Bundles of wood. Lucy, the fire. He started it.
Oh, no. Come on.
Listen, we'll have to separate. I'll get an axe and break down the nursery door, but you must stay here and warn Tom. His life depends on it, Luce.
All right.
Miss Sarah! Sarah! Is she all right, mister? She's safe then?
Not yet, they're still in the nursery. Tisha's trying to break down the door. Tom, you mustn't! It's dangerous, you'll fall! Tom, it isn't safe, really it isn't. You'll fall and be killed, I know you will!
Happen I will be killed, but there's some as a person I would gladly die for.
It won't help Sarah if you're killed. It could only make things worse. Don't pull the drain pipe. I know what's going to happen. I've been told. I know it.
Sarah! Sarah, are you all right?
please, don't be dead. Sarah, wake up.
Oh, Sarah! Open the window for pity's sake, Sarah! Sarah! Open the window!
I'm with them, Lucy, I'm here.
Miss Sarah, is she all right?
They're alive, but I can't wake them up, Tom. They've been drugged.
I'll kill you. I will. I mean
Oh, miss, this is no time for singing.
Wickens! You've gone too far!
Oh, Miss Arabella, please.
Oh, I'm a naughty girl.
Oh, Dave, that's what you said on the top!
I've got to go back. Look after Sarah.
Sarah?
Is he all right?
He's alive.
Where's Georgie? Is he still out there?
Try to get him. I would if I'd gone. I would, Georgie, I would.
Jane. We will go together. The fire will not touch you. Now is the time. Look straight ahead. And don't be afraid.
I can't see nothing.
Look straight ahead.
Tom, where's Georgie?
Sarah?
dear.
Jamie! Georgie! Mr. Blunden, you promised to guard them. You promised! Jamie! Lucy! Georgie! Oh, Georgie! Georgie! Jamie! 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 Jamie, please! Jamie! Please, Jamie, no! Please, no! Jamie! Oh, you're too late, Mr. Blunden. You're always too late. I won't go back without Jamie. I will not go without Jamie. I won't go without him. Don't you know I won't go without him? I won't go without Jamie. I won't go without Jamie. I won't go. Without Jamie. Jamie. Jamie? Jamie? Jamie! 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 Jamie? Jamie! Jamie! Jamie? 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 Jamie?
I should have told them. James isn't dying. He's just lost in time. Gosh, I hope that's all. Just because Mr. Blunden wasn't there, no one would believe it. God doesn't want James to die. That would be silly. James is only lost in time, isn't he?
Almighty God, who through thine only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, hast overcome death and opened unto us the gate of everlasting life, we humbly beseech thee that as by thy special grace preventing us thou dost put into our minds good desires, so by thy continual help we may bring the same to good effect, through Jesus Christ our Lord.
Suppose nothing has changed. How can anything have changed? Supposing Sarah and George's graves have gone. Oh, I can't be as silly as that. I can't really go wandering around expecting to find a yawning hole surrounded by a crowd of astonished villagers. And yet if it is all the same, what does it mean? Did we dream it? Where is James then? Shepherd giveth his life for his sheep. Frederick Percival Blunden gave his life to save the children in his care. April the 21st, 1818. Yesterday, 100 years ago.
did it. Jamie did it.
Lucy! Lucy! He's awake! Jamie's awake!
And then he suddenly woke up, and of all things he wanted something to eat, but I think he was a bit confused because he said, "Sorry, I got held up," as if he'd been on a journey or something.
Can I go up and see him?
Yes, of course you can, darling.
Mummy, I do love you.
Are you all right? Well, of course. Are you?
Where have you been, then?
Been?
Yes, been, James. Where have you been? You know very well. Where have we been?
You remember, then?
Well, do you?
Lucy, did we? Did we?
Yes, Jamie. I went to the churchyard and the children's graves have gone. We did it, Jamie. You did it.
You help. A bit. Clutterbuck. Trouble. Camden Town, here we come.
It's all right, darlings. I've had a letter and it's private.
Secrets.
Clutterbuck? Have a good journey.
Very well for you. You'll belong to someone again. And what about us? Where do we belong?
Cheerio, swans. Where have you been hiding? Has he finished yet?
In the attic. No, I don't think so. You know that blue vase?
Yes.
Remember, I nearly smashed it when you were trying to get the keys for Mrs. Wickens. No, I couldn't do it. Strange to think of it being here all this time. Probably here before Sarah and Georgie. Probably be here long after we've left.
Probably.
Doesn't really seem fair.
James! Lucy!
Come on.
What does he want?
I don't know. He looks pretty nervous as usual.
Mr. Clutterbuck, James, and Lucy.
Hello again.
Well, when do we go?
Go?
Yes, go. Back to Camden Town. When?
We don't have to go, Jamie.
Briefly, our Mr. Blunden, for some unknown reason, raised himself from his bed of mental misery, hurled himself as best he could last Thursday, 4:30 it was, into the office and said, "Get them papers on the marriage of Miss Sarah and Master Tom." So I bid as I was told, him being the governor, balmy or not, and here they are.
It seems that we are related to these people. They were great-grandparents of Daddy's. Just over 100 years ago, they lived here, and then they went to America.
Not over 100 years ago. Exactly 100 years ago, Mrs. Allen.
New York, America, 1825.
Sarah Latimer of Langley Park married a Thomas Mortimer, a gardener by trade.
Very infadig. Out of his class, he was.
Mr. Clutterbuck has come to tell us that we are the legal owners, not only of the cottage, but of the house itself. We can stay, plus an allowance of £500 a year to keep us in comfort.
In perpetuity.
In what?
For your lifetime, Sonny Jim. I won't go into all the legal logistics. You wouldn't understand. Step this way, if you please. All will be revealed.
Sarah. Tom.
I know.
Great-Grandma Sarah.
Great-Grandpa Tom.
Mr. Blunden.
Mr. Blunden. Mr. Blunden. Which one? Which one?
We three kings of Orient are, my dears.
It's ours, Benji. It's really ours.
It's ours!
It's theirs! Oh. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Benji, say goodbye. Go on.
Cheerio, then.
Oh. Goodbye, then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Come again.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.